Hollywood ruined women and turns men into fools, absolute idiots. Some would say weak men. Then you'd ask, how could movies, Hollywood movies, make men weak?
But for us, this isn't a fantasy.
It isn't a fantasy. No, it isn't. That was from Hudson Hawk, 1991. God, I'm old, I haven't seen that movie in years. But how did Hollywood ruin women? What is my point in saying it did? What influence has it had on the modern woman, and man obviously, to sort of F us up, basically? Yeah, programmed us to be idiots, but before we begin, I hope you're focused and on your square. Hear, hear, indeed. I'm going to show you something in a second to paint a certain picture as to changing times, and things are very different now, and movies do in a way represent how they want things to be, but also how certain things are. But yeah, just have a look at this, but take it with a pinch of salt before I make my points.
You wouldn't dare.
No, wouldn't I?
Hey,
Yeah, nothing's wild. Give it to me.
Dad, don't do that!
I don't know whether to kiss you or spank you. A half century of fear of an unspanked woman, an unspanked woman. Now look, let's be grown and serious. The spanking of women used to be quite common in movies. At that time period, spanking women and, putting a woman in her place was, it was probably a bit more acceptable. Some would say these times, it was man, men were men, grrr. And women were women, lovely, docile, and in their place.
Attractively.
Interesting. And yes, we had fairy tales and fantasies, but before I continue, the spanking of women in movies, I mean, I should say was. It was fascinating, wasn't it?
There's something you need very badly.
Don't you put your hands on me.
Spanker, yeah, go on.
Steve, stop it.
A real woman. Yeah, misbehaving. Yeah, go on. With a slipper. Dare you. Now, I really am trying to be serious. There you saw a woman put her hands on a man. And in this movie, obviously, he's like, okay, woman, you put your hands on me. I'm going to give you a spanking to put you in your place. So the point I'm making here is putting women in their place with physical contact. Someone says physical touch. It's a man's love language, whatever. But the point I'm making is this would not fly now, would it? Flying down to Rio. No, this would not fly now, would it, in modern times, in modern movies? Aside from the romance movies, we have the ultimate empowering of women through movies. And obviously, all of the movies aren't good. They're making a lot of trash movies because they're trying to force an agenda more than just making a good movie with a woman in it. But they want to get away from this, don't they? Oh, how disgusting it is spanking a woman. But in this instance, she did put her hands on him first, but yeah.
It's you who will be richly rewarded.
Rewarder. Yeah, good reward.
Wee, she's hard.
Well, I'm glad there's something to show for all those ballet lessons.
Damn.
You're gonna get.
Why are all those people happy? It's like this guy's like, yeah, go on. Yeah, give her a good beating. She deserves a good beating. I might give her a beating next myself. Then you have a woman there like, yes, come on, give her a good spanking.
You're wicked.
Like this, it does look weird from a modern perspective, doesn't it? Some would say it seems out of place and just completely odd. But I am leading up to a point.
Stop it. Oh.
There, you're just man crazy.
Just like a woman.
Man crazy.
A classic Gordon tool.
Man crazy.
Vintage. The point is, I'm not saying any of it is good in the way they were doing it, but the obvious point is the way men would put women in their place for, being a bit crazy. In this woman's case, she loved D a bit too much. She's man crazy. Yeah, okay. But for many other reasons, men would say women were being a bit unhinged. Again, not healthy because some men were just going ham and just beating the crap out of a woman just for the sake of it.
Yeah, I know, Ralph. Right to the moon.
Okay, understood. However, we do have very obvious, strong, and present notions nowadays that a lot of men are just weak nowadays, aren't they? They're soft. And sassy men. The way some women are saying it, some men want to be put over their knee and spanked. Okay, whatever. The softness of men. the weakness of men, the simping of men, the foolishness of modern men who are seen as soft. Now, if we can say people are programmed by media, that at one point women were taught to be more, docile and, listen to men and wouldn't put their hands on men. With the modern crap we have in media nowadays, is it surprising a lot of men are soft? Is it surprising? In some way, you can see them actually trying to bleed out masculinity in a lot of things nowadays. This is an abomination. A man spanking a woman.
Disgusting.
Because she loves a bit of D.
Man crazy.
How dare you? As a modern woman, she can stack up her body, get as many bodies as she wants to, body count after body count, choke on as many knobs as she wants. That's normal, standard, isn't it? That man would be locked up for even, thinking of spanking a woman. Yeah. So my point is media weakening a lot of men? Yes. It clearly effing is. But before we continue with the spanking of women,
Hollywood has long perpetuated unrealistic ideals and fantasies about love and relationships that have had a detrimental effect on modern dating. From the classic Prince Charming and damsel in distress stereotypes to the more modern, unrealistic expectations portrayed in science fiction love stories, these narratives have created a distorted image of what a healthy relationship should look like. One of the most common tropes seen in Hollywood movies is the idea of Prince Charming coming to save the damsel in distress.
Yeah, the damsel in distress, Prince Charming trope. But this image is just, I don't know, I don't know. It's like the costume and makeup people were just...
This is drugs.
They were probably high or drunk that day. I don't know. It's probably a bit of both. Probably these two are high and drunk. But whatever, the point is, look, the modern Prince Charming tropes you see in modern movies are men being very simpish. Are men being somewhat weak to women? You see that a lot in modern movies. At some point, it's like, it gets a bit boring. It's repetitive. These tropes are old, but the way they're used in modern times, the Prince Charming is seen as a weak dude. The Prince Charming is seen as a dude that needs to be, taken care of by the strong female character. So then why are people shocked when we're being programmed with this BS that this reflects a lot of modern society? They're trying to push agendas on us, and then people are surprised that the agendas are working, even with crap makeup and all this kind of crap.
Deception, lies.
They are working. Maybe not in the way they wanted, but I mean, a lot of people are influenced by complete crap nowadays, aren't they?
This narrative reinforces the idea that women need to be rescued by a man in order to be happy and fulfilled in their lives. This can be seen in movies like Cinderella, where the prince swoops in to save her from a life of misery and poverty.
Except for modern ones. If I'm sure modern Snow White doesn't even have a prince in there. Yeah, that's my point. It's a sort of reinforcing the uselessness of men.
Bingo.
Oh, you're a man. It's like, a woman doesn't need you nowadays. But it's like, they subtly reinforce that in a lot of media. The babied man, the dumb man, the man that can't do without the strong woman who can do and fix everything. So it's how he's turning the tropes on their head because he's useless no matter how charming he is.
Our dynamic can create unrealistic expectations in relationships and lead to codependency rather than mutual respect and appreciation. Similarly, science fiction love stories often portray relationships in an idealized and often unrealistic light.
Interesting.
Movies like Twilight or The Notebook present unrealistic expectations of what love should look like, leading people to believe that they should only settle for a love that is all-consuming and practically perfect in every way.
Yeah, so single women out there trying to find a vampire boyfriend. Yeah, good luck with your vampire boyfriend, yeah. God's gonna send you your vampire boyfriend. What's his name, Edward? Whatever his name is, yeah.
No! I can fix him!
Yeah, you're gonna get your Edward from God, sure.
This can be damaging as it sets a high standard that is often unattainable in real life.
Exactly.
In addition to these fantasy and fairy tale stereotypes, Hollywood also perpetuates harmful beauty standards that can make regular people feel insecure about their own looks and body image. The emphasis on physical attractiveness in movies can create a sense of inadequacy for those who do not fit the mold of the idealized Hollywood stars. This can lead to feelings of unworthiness and low self-esteem, making it harder for people to put themselves out there and find love. Quotes from famous movies can help drive home these points. In the movie The Princess Bride, Prince Humperdinck says, "Surrender." This quote reinforces the idea of women needing to submit to a man's desires, perpetuating harmful gender dynamics in relationships.
Surrender. Oh, surrender. And it's like the spanking videos I was using at the start. The unhingedness of women, and then for a man to put her back in her place. Surrender, woman. Yeah, surrender. And yes, a lot of dynamics from the past are harmful. A lot of present ones are harmful. The entire spectrum of the programming is harmful. But it's how we're continually manipulated by these changing and shifting dynamics. You see, the modern woman does not need to submit to men. A lot of them obviously still do, but they don't need to. So because they don't need to be damsels. No, a lot of women can be the Prince Charming themselves.
Similarly, in Twilight, Bella Swan says, "You are my life now," further emphasizing the idea of an all-consuming love that can be damaging in its intensity.
Interesting.
Overall, the influence of Hollywood on modern dating and relationships has been largely negative, perpetuating unrealistic fantasies and standards that can.
It's an interesting little video. Hey, man's gonna have his cake and eat it too. Yeah, he's gonna need a lot of mouthwash. But seriously, see, that's nasty. But seriously, seriously, wow.
Unrealistic fantasies and standards that can be harmful to individuals and their relationships.
It's not
By
real.
being mindful of these tropes and stereotypes, we can work towards creating more realistic and healthy relationship expectations for ourselves and others.
But that's the point, AI. AI did this one very well. I like the way AI actually put this one together. AI was actually, okay, using quotes and everything. All right, AI. The thing is, we are bombarded every single damn day by these tropes.
Demure, aggressive, sleazy.
Every day. And the thing is, the popularized tropes, the ones you see in movies and whatever the media, they're the ones being pushed. They're the ones you see more often. You hear them in songs and every damn thing. They're pushing it in video games and everything. So the point is, even if you want to try avoid the tropes, you can't. You're being subliminally, come on, programmed by them every single damn day, even in posters. So it's not surprising Hollywood has actually ruined women with weird beauty standards and everything, and turned men into fools. Simps and princes without a damsel to save. Interesting.
So you want to play? Have one, Fuzz. Come on. Let's make it unanimous.
Whoa, a group spanking.
Damn right.
Again, we're using this artistically and creatively. Wow.
Job at the embassy room still open. Well, how about it?
Hey, you're damn right. You better sing. Is that my own misogyny coming through from these movies? Am I being influenced right now? Yeah? Am I getting a sick thrill off this? Yeah? Are you getting a sick thrill off it? Yeah? I'm just saying. Wow, programming. Damn.
You're ornery, aren't you?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
Father has to take his place.
What are you going to do?
Something he should have done years ago.
Exactly.
You wouldn't dare.
A bomb trotter
Go on.
daring.
Yeah, put her in her place.
Let me out! What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know whether to kiss you or spank you.
Don't give her a spank. Yeah.
How would you like a spanking?
How'd you like a punch in the nose?
Wow.
I'm gonna help you. Stop! Oh,
Damn. And that's his daughter. That's his daughter. And he armed the man with, you know, a proper spanking tool, I guess. Again, artistically, we're using this artistically. Wow. To put her in her place. Some would say what you're seeing here are elements of the patriarchy. Other men reinforcing the masculine stereotypes. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. This is how you put a woman in her place, son. Use your strong hand. Wow.
But you can draw your own conclusion. You've been digging those birds into me for 2 years. Now you're going to get your comeuppance. Thanks.
Oh, wow, damn. I wonder if they sell those on Amazon. It would have been sold out back in the day, 100 years ago, if Amazon existed and the internet existed, obviously. These spanking tools would have been sold out. Is that a good or bad thing?
I mean what I say. I love you.
Oh, using a shoe.
I love you so much, I can't stand it. You ought to be spanked.
For being a good wife?
Yes. Yes. No, I'm joking. Again, examples and points.
Didn't anyone ever think it would be a good idea to curb your animal instincts by brute force?
No, nobody seemed to think of it.
Well, it's too bad the responsibility had to be reserved for me.
Damn. A real man? A real man? Or a toxic man? Misogynistic man? A man fueled and reinforced by the patriarchy? I mean, a modern man wouldn't dare in a movie, would he? He wouldn't dare, unless it's a movie about DV and he's a woman-beating man. He's a woman-beating man. But back then, was he a woman-beating man or a normal man? Now, I'm not saying any of it is good. I'm just asking a question. Who knows in 100 years what would be different based on what we're watching as well? I'm sorry, Jack. There's not enough room. Well, of course not. Poor Jack. You see, in modern times, this is what we get. A classic man would have spanked her off that raft. Yeah? There's enough room for both of us women. And he'd spank her on that raft. No, that's ridiculous, but yeah, whatever. Only people who've been together forever understand, I'll always love you, even if you're enormous. Damn. Even if you gain so much weight that I can't find you. Wow. They can't find her WAP, damn. Sunken treasure. Okay. You go ahead and write that in stone. In your heart, I will love you, even if I can't find your vagina. Well, okay. Damn. Someone say that's what the show Lost was about. What? A man trying to find his wife's vagina.
You don't need to take it on yourself, Mr. Blank.
The pleasure is all mine, Miss Winter.
Damn. Yeah, the pleasure was probably all hers as well.
Hey, what goes on there? She talked too much.
You should never take on what you see in movies and media. They're fairy tales and fantasies, stories. However, to sell a good story in fantasy is to have your audience hooked, invested, isn't it? Have a nice day.